Hello there. So Diwali is tomorrow, so let me begin this video by wishing you a very happy and prosperous Diwali. Now it's time for a pop quiz, and first question and the only question is, why did we celebrate Vijayadashmi last month? If you don't know the answer to this question, well, it's okay, but nothing is going to happen. But you may have to watch this video on Vijayadashmi so you can be rightly informed about the festivals that you are celebrating. So that's what you have to know if you don't know all the mythological stories behind Vijayadashmi. But for the purpose of this video, we believe that Sri Rama killed Ravana on the day of Vijayadashmi. And Diwali falls on the 10th day after Vijayadashmi. On Diwali, we celebrate the return of Sri Rama, Sita Devi and the entire Vanar Sena from Lanka to Ayodhya. Sri Rama comes back to throne in Ayodhya after 14 years of exile and vanvas. And we celebrate this glorious occasion every year by lighting small diyas or lamps before the home and in the courtyard, and also by lighting up a hell lot of crackers. Let's not forget all the sweets that we make and share among the community. So on this great occasion in this video, let's look at why Sri Rama killed a 10-headed Ravana. Also the symbolism behind Ravana's 10 heads. With the mystic astram, which stands for a weapon or some call it a missile, given by Brahma, Sri Rama killed Ravana by shooting the arrow right into his chest. And thus the 10-headed Ravana died in the battlefield, just as Sita Devi had warned him when he abducted her. There is a deeper spiritual meaning to Sri Rama killing the decahedral Ravana. And to understand that, we must understand what these 10 heads symbolizes. Ravana was a great scholar and one of the most intelligent persons of his time. He was a master of 64 types of knowledge and all arts of weaponry. He was a highly learned Brahmin, and Ravana has written a lot of important texts in the Vedic literature. And therefore, in the beginning, Ravana's 10 heads were to symbolize his massive amount of knowledge and intellect. So the 10 heads stood for 6 Shastras and the 4 Vedas. But then over time, Ravana's 10 heads came to represent much less desirable traits in a human being. And that negative interpretation of the 10 heads of Ravana include the 10 emotions or senses in a human being. They include Kama, Krodha, Moha, Lobha, Mada, Matsarya, and of course the Manas, Buddhi, Chitta and Ahankara. The great king Mahabali had advised Ravana to forsake all the 9 heads for just the 1 head, which represent his intellect or Buddhi. That is, he was advised by Mahabali to focus on his greatest strength, that is his intellect, rather than focusing on these other things that is actually ruining his intellect. But of course, Ravana did not listen to that advice, and because of that, he caused himself and others a lot of misery and had to be killed by the hands of Sri Rama. 6 of the 10 qualities that we attribute to Ravana are called the Shatrubhus, or the 6 enemies of the mind. Eastern philosophies say that these 6 bad qualities cause afflictions and sufferings in human beings, so they have to be completely avoided in order to attain the ultimate reality or to be genuinely happy in our lives. And that's what Ravana fails to do, even though he is the greatest scholar and poet of his time or ever lived. He reveled in all of those 6 bad qualities, and he let his ego and mind run wild, which destroyed his right intellect. He had Kama and Moha for Sita Devi. He was greedy and extremely proud and arrogant for all that he had amassed. He was envious and disparaging of Sri Rama, and his ego and self-boasting knew no bounds. So when Sri Rama killed Ravana, it also signifies the victory of dharma or righteousness over the Shadrubu or the 6 enemies of the mind, and also the victory or the control over the wayward drifting of the mind and the ego that ruins our intellect and causes us suffering. The annihilator of all these bad qualities is called Maryada Purushottama. That is the supreme of men who knows the right conduct of life. He is the perfect example of a husband, son, father, and a king. How does he do that? By choosing dharma originating from his own inner self, and by choosing compassion and kindness every time. Also, not being swayed by desires or by emotional upheavals, especially in the most difficult of times. And that is another very important lesson we may want to learn this Diwali about the Brahma Viharas. They include Karuna, that is compassion, Mudita means joy, Maitri means loving kindness, benevolence, and Upeksha means equanimity or non-attachment. But many might ask at this point, but don't we also see Sri Rama in Ramayana who abandons his own wife in Valmiki's ashram because he doubts her chastity? Is that dharmic in the sense that the Maryada Purushottama understands dharma to be? Well, that I will explain in detail in the next video, so tune in for that. This is it for this video. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please hit the like button. And once again, I wish you a very happy Diwali. Celebrate it with lots of sweets and lots of light. Share this video with somebody, and once again, don't forget to subscribe for the next video where we talk about the major issues posed against Rama's tale or Ramayana. Thank you and have a great time.
Hi guys, and here is the first book I have written, Life in a Ziploc Bag. It's the story of 4 teens living in a city and the impactful reality of modern life, where we often chase love, intoxication and adventure. Does it seem like a story that you would be interested in? If so, please check it out on Amazon or Flipkart. And it's also available for direct buying from the publisher itself. All these links are given in the description. Grab your copy now. Thank you.